What if the cracks in your life, the ones you've been trying so hard to hide, are actually where the light gets in? Imagine a world where imperfection isn't something to fix, but something to celebrate. Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Yet, that's exactly what Master Tenzin teaches us through the story of a humble cracked pot. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you try to fix yourself, there's always something missing? Like the harder you push for perfection, the further away peace seems to drift? If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. It tells me you're here and helps others discover these transformative lessons too. And if you're ready to dive deeper into stories that challenge the way you see yourself and the world, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because sometimes the smallest shifts in perspective lead to the biggest changes in your life. Today, we'll explore how even the most broken parts of ourselves can hold the key to our greatest strengths. Through the wisdom of Master Tenzin, we'll uncover how imperfections aren't flaws. They're gifts waiting to be understood. Now, let's step into the quiet village nestled at the foot of the mountains, where a water-bearer named Arun and his cracked pot are about to teach us a lesson that will change the way we see ourselves forever. In a small mountain village, life moved at the pace of nature. Every morning, Arun, the water-bearer, carried 2 clay pots tied to the ends of a long pole across his neck. Each pot was filled to the brim with fresh water from the stream, and every evening, he delivered them to the villagers who depended on him. But one of the pots was cracked. Every day, by the time Arun returned home, half the water from the cracked pot had leaked out along the path. The perfect pot felt proud of its flawless service, while the cracked pot felt ashamed of its inability to fulfill its purpose. One evening, after years of feeling inadequate, the cracked pot finally spoke to Arun as they walked back from the stream. "I'm so sorry," it said, its voice trembling. "I've been spilling water for years, wasting your efforts and disappointing you." Arun smiled gently and replied, "Don't apologize just yet. Tomorrow, I want you to pay close attention to the path we walk." The next morning, as they made their way back from the stream, the cracked pot noticed something extraordinary. Along the side of the path it traveled, beautiful wildflowers bloomed in vibrant colors. They hadn't grown on the other side of the path, only on its own side. Confused, the cracked pot asked, "Why are there flowers only on my side?" Arun chuckled softly. "Because of you. Every day, as you leak water, you've been watering the seeds along your side of the path. Without your cracks, these flowers would never have grown." The cracked pot paused, taking in the beauty it had unknowingly created. For years, it had seen itself as broken, but now it realized its imperfection had brought life and color to an otherwise ordinary path. This revelation sparked curiosity in the cracked pot. What else might it be capable of that it hadn't yet noticed? Later that evening, Arun took the cracked pot to Master Tenzin, who lived in a humble monastery nearby. The pot wanted to understand why it had been made this way. Master Tenzin listened patiently, then picked up a piece of pottery from his workshop. It too was cracked, repaired with golden lacquer, a technique known as Kintsugi, where broken items are mended with gold to highlight their scars. "Do you see this bowl?" Master Tenzin asked, holding it up to the light. It was once shattered into pieces, but instead of discarding it, the artisan chose to repair it, making it more beautiful than before. He set the bowl down and looked at the cracked pot. "Your cracks do not diminish your value. They define it. They allow you to create something unique, something no one else can." The cracked pot sat silently, absorbing the monk's words. It realized that its flaws weren't failures. They were opportunities to bring beauty and meaning to the world. Master Tenzin continued, his voice calm and steady. "We live in a world that values perfection, but perfection is an illusion. True strength lies in embracing who you are, cracks and all. Your imperfections are not flaws. They are gifts waiting to be discovered." To illustrate his point, Master Tenzin shared a story. "Years ago," he began, "I met a young man named Daniel who came to me seeking peace. He was consumed by self-doubt, believing his mistakes made him unworthy. I gave him a simple task, to fill a jar with rocks, pebbles, and sand. Start with the rocks, I told him. Then add the pebbles and finally the sand. When he finished, I asked him, 'Is the jar full?' He nodded. Not yet, I said, pouring water into the jar until it reached the brim. What does this teach you? I asked. Daniel thought for a moment. That even when I feel full, there's always room for more. I smiled. Exactly. Your imperfections, the cracks in your jar, are what allow you to hold more than you think possible. Without them, you would be rigid, unyielding. With them, you are adaptable, resilient. The cracked pot felt a sense of peace wash over it. For the first time, it understood that its purpose wasn't to hold water perfectly. It was to create beauty in ways no one else could. Master Tenzin placed a hand on the pot's surface. You see, life is like this cracked pot. We all carry scars, leaks, and imperfections. But those very things make us who we are. They shape our journey and give us the ability to touch lives in ways we never imagined. The crackpot nodded, feeling a newfound sense of purpose. Its cracks weren't flaws. They were pathways to growth, connection, and transformation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Master Tenzin gestured toward the garden outside. Come, let us walk among the flowers you've helped grow. Each bloom is a testament to your unique contribution to the world. As the days passed, the crackpot began to embrace its role. It no longer saw itself as broken, but as a vessel of transformation. The flowers along its path became a symbol of hope for the villagers, reminding them that even imperfections could lead to unexpected blessings. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Master Tenzin joined Arun and the cracked pot in the garden. He knelt beside the pot and placed a hand on its surface. You see, he said, his voice soft but steady, the world often judges us by what we lack. But true wisdom comes from seeing the value in what we have, even if it's hidden. The crackpot nodded, its newfound confidence shining through. It realized that its journey wasn't about fixing itself. It was about understanding its unique purpose. Master Tenzin stood and gestured toward the horizon. Life is like this cracked pot. We all carry scars, leaks, and imperfections. But those very things make us who we are. They shape our journey and give us the ability to touch lives in ways we never imagined. The cracked pot felt a deep sense of gratitude. It no longer feared its flaws. Instead, it celebrated them. To illustrate his point further, Master Tenzin shared another story. Years ago, he began, I met a woman named May who came to me seeking guidance. She had lost her voice in an accident and believed her life was over. How can I contribute? She asked. If I cannot speak. I gave her a simple task, to sit by the river every morning and listen. At first, she resisted. Listening won't change anything, she said. But over time, something shifted. As she listened to the water, the birds, the wind, she began to notice things others missed. She started painting what she heard, vivid, emotional landscapes that spoke louder than words ever could. Her art touched countless lives, all because she embraced what she once saw as a flaw. The cracked pot absorbed the story, realizing that imperfections weren't limitations, they were opportunities to create something extraordinary. Master Tenzin turned back to the pot. Your cracks allow you to water the seeds of beauty. Without them, the flowers would never bloom. So, do not hide your flaws. Celebrate them. They are your greatest strength. The cracked pot felt a profound sense of peace. For the first time, it understood that its worth wasn't tied to perfection. It was rooted in its ability to bring life and color to the world. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Master Tenzin smiled. Remember, the cracks in your life are not signs of failure. They are reminders that you are alive, growing, and capable of creating something beautiful. With those words, the cracked pot felt ready to face each new day, not with shame, but with pride. As the cracked pot continued its daily journey, it inspired everyone around it. The villagers began to see beauty in their own imperfections, realizing that their flaws were not weaknesses, but opportunities for growth. Master Tenzin turned to the audience, his voice warm and inviting. What about you? Have you been judging yourself harshly for your imperfections? Remember, your cracks are not failures. They are pathways to your greatest strengths. He paused, letting the words sink in. So, today, I challenge you to embrace your flaws. Find the beauty in what makes you unique. And remember, just like the cracked pot, you have the power to create something extraordinary. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to leave a like. It helps share this lesson with others who might need it. And if you enjoyed this message, subscribe and turn on notifications for more transformative stories like this. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for taking this step toward nurturing your growth. Until next time, stay present, stay open to change, and remember, sometimes the greatest journeys are the ones we take within ourselves.